The Naval Postgraduate School is a fully accredited master's-level university operated by the United States Navy. Located in Monterey, California, it grants master's degrees, engineer's degrees and doctoral degrees. The school also offers research fellowship opportunities at the postdoctoral level through the National Research Council Research Associateship program. Overview. The NPS student population is mostly active duty officers from all branches of the U.S. military, although U.S. government civilians and members of foreign militaries can also matriculate under a variety of programs. Most of the faculty are civilians. NPS concentrate on topics traditionally associated with civilian graduate schools, focusing on their application to the Navy, whereas staff colleges and war colleges concentrate instead on staff functions, civil military affairs, tactics and strategy. On November 27, 2012, Vice Admiral Daniel Oliver and Provost Dr. Leonard Ferrari were relieved of duty by Secretary of the Navy Ray Mabus. A Navy press release cited findings from a Naval Inspector General investigation which included Oliver's misuse of standard contracting procedures to circumvent federal hiring and compensation authorities. The investigation also found that both Oliver and Ferrari inappropriately accepted gifts from an independent private foundation organized to support the school. Academic structure. NPS offers graduate programs through 4 graduate schools and 12 departments. The different schools and departments offer various PhD and MS level degrees. Graduate School of Business and AMP Public Policy includes the departments Acquisition Management, Enterprise Management, Financial Management, Management, Manpower and Economics, Operations and Logistics Management. Graduate School of Engineering and AMP Applied Sciences includes the units Applied Mathematics Department, Electrical and Computer Engineering Department, Mechanical and Astronautical Engineering Department, Meteorology Department, Oceanography Department, Physics Department, Systems Engineering Department, Space Systems Academic Group, Navigation Systems Engineering Institute, Undersea Warfare Systems Academic Committee, Remote Sensing Center, Spacecraft Robotics Laboratory. Graduate School of Operational and AMP Information Sciences includes the departments Computer Sciences, Defense Analysis, Information Sciences, Operations Research, School of International Graduate Studies with multiple centers, National Security Affairs Academic Program, Defense Resource Management Institute, Center on Contemporary Conflict, Center for Civil-Military Relations, Center for Stabilization, Reconstruction and Studies, Leadership Development and Education for Sustained Peace, International Defense and Acquisition Resource Management, Center for Homeland Defense and Security, International Graduate Program Office, Program for Culture and AMP Conflict Studies. NPS also operates an active and for U.S. warfighters and civilian government employees, Center for Homeland Defense and Security. Emergency responders including local, tribal, state, and federal can enroll in a variety of programs including online distributed learning program, executive education programs, and most prominently a Master of Arts program. Masters of Arts program. The M.A. program is offered at no cost to eligible local, tribal, state, and federal officials. To accommodate participants' time constraints, NPS requires students to be in residence only 2 weeks every quarter. Students complete the remainder of the coursework via the web. The degree is fully accredited by the Western Association of Schools and Colleges and is awarded by the Naval Postgraduate School. The degree provides leaders with the knowledge and skills to develop strategies, plans and programs to prevent terrorist attacks within the United States, and reduce America's vulnerability to terrorism, build the organizational arrangements needed to strengthen homeland security, including local, tribal, state, federal, civil, military and interagency cooperation, help mayors, governors, and federal officials improve homeland security preparedness by conducting real-world, actionable policy and strategy development. The degree program requires 18 months of continuous enrollment and coursework and a thesis. It involves a significant commitment on the part of the participants and the agencies to which they are assigned. The courses are organized in quarters rather than semesters. Each quarter requires only 2 weeks in residence at the NPS campus, located in Monterey, California, or at the National Capital Region campus located in West Virginia. The remainder of the coursework is completed via network-based learning. Participants spend an average of 15 hours per week during the network-based learning periods of study, reading assigned materials, participating in online discussions with faculty and other participants, and preparing papers and projects. Participants and their agency must be cognizant of this commitment and should view it as an investment in enhancing the individual's and the jurisdiction's homeland security capabilities. The internationally respected faculty guide discussions and focus the attention of the participants, establishing the predicate for continued study through network-based learning methodologies for the non-residential period. The thesis is a qualitative or quantitative research project on a topic beneficial to the participant's sponsoring agency and jurisdiction. It may, for example, have a strategic planning focus, a model development perspective, or a threat risk assessment concentration. The thesis project should be of significant benefit to the participant's jurisdiction. History. On 9 June 1909, Secretary of the Navy George von L. May signed General Order No. 27 establishing a School of Marine Engineering at Annapolis, Maryland. On 31 October 1912, May signed Navy General Order No. 233, which renamed the school the Postgraduate Department of the United States Naval Academy. The order established courses of study in ordnance and gunnery, electrical engineering, radiotelegraphy, naval construction, and civil engineering, and continued the program in marine engineering. During World War II, Fleet Admiral Ernest King, Chief of Naval Operations and Commander-in-Chief of both the Atlantic and Pacific Fleets, established a commission to review the role of graduate education in the Navy. In 1945, Congress passed legislation to make the school a fully accredited, degree-granting graduate institution. 2 years later, Congress adopted legislation authorizing the purchase of an independent campus for the school. A post-war review team, which had examined 25 sites nationwide, had recommended the old Hotel Del Monte in Monterey as a new home for the postgraduate school. During World War II, the Navy had leased the facilities, first for a pre-flight training school, then for part of the electronics training program. Negotiations with the Del Monte Properties Company led to the purchase of the hotel and 627 acres of surrounding land for $2.13 million. The postgraduate school moved to Monterey in December 1951. Today, the school has over 40 programs of study including highly regarded M.S. and Ph.D. programs in management, national security affairs, electrical and computer engineering, mechanical and astronautical engineering, systems engineering, space systems and satellite engineering, physics, oceanography, meteorology, and other disciplines, all with an emphasis on military applications. The Space Systems academic group of the school has graduated several astronauts. The school is home to the Center for Information Systems Security Studies and Research and the Center for Homeland Defense and Security. CISR is America's foremost center for defense-related research and education in information assurance, inherently trustworthy systems, and defensive information warfare, and CHDS provides the first Homeland Security master's degree in the United States. Notable graduates: Joseph Weber, class of 44 or 45, regarded as the father of gravitational wave detection. Wayne E. Mayer, class of 55, regarded as the father of Aegis. Edgar Mitchell, class of 61, astronaut. Gerald Carr, class of 61, astronaut. Ronald Evans, class of 64, astronaut. Paul Weitz, class of 64, astronaut. Robert F. Overmeyer, class of 64, astronaut. Eugene Kernan, class of 64, astronaut. Jack Lausmer, class of 65, astronaut. James G. Roche, class of 66, 20th Secretary of the Air Force. Michael Smith, class of 68, astronaut. Robert Springer, class of 71, astronaut. John McBride, class of 71, astronaut. David Leastmer, class of 72, astronaut. Thomas E. White, class of 74, United States Secretary of the Army. Patricia Ann Tracy, class of 74, first woman to earn third star in the U.S. Navy. Gordon Eubanks, class of 76, American microcomputer industry pioneer. William H. McRaven, class of 77, Commander, U.S. Special Operations Command. David Hilmers, class of 78, astronaut. Stan Arthur, class of 79, Vice Chief of Naval Operations. Michael Coates, class of 79, astronaut. William S. Wallace, class of 80, Commanding General, United States Army Training and Doctrine Command. Winston Scott, class of 80, astronaut. Keith B. Alexander, class of 83, Director of the National Security Agency. Harvey E. Johnson, Jr., class of 83, Chief Operating Officer of Federal Emergency Management Agency. Michael Lopez Alegria, class of 84, astronaut. Kenneth S. Radler, Jr., class of 84, astronaut. Mark E. Ferguson III, class of 84, Vice Chief of Naval Operations. Michael Mullen, class of 85, 17th Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Mike Foreman, class of 86, astronaut. Thomas R. Turner II, class of 86, Commanding General of the United States Army North. Kent Rominger, class of 87, astronaut. Jeffrey Williams, class of 87, astronaut. Brent Jett, class of 89, astronaut. Carlos Noriega, class of 90, astronaut. Robert Kerbeam, class of 90, astronaut. Cecil D. Haney, class of 90, Commander, U.S. Pacific Fleet. Scott Altman, class of 90, astronaut. Dan Bursch, class of 91, astronaut. Christopher Ferguson, class of 92, astronaut. William McCool, class of 92, astronaut. John Scott Redd, class of 93, Director of the National Counterterrorism Center. Mark Kelly, class of 94, astronaut. Stephen Frick, class of 94, astronaut. John Harrington, class of 95, astronaut. Alan G. Poindexter, class of 95, astronaut. Kenneth Ham, class of 96, astronaut. Marcos Pontes, class of 98, astronaut. Nancy E. Brown, class of 99, Principal Advisor to the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Eric T. Olson, class of 00, Commander, U.S. Special Operations Command. Elizabeth Hyde, Class of '01 Vice Director of the Defense Information Systems Agency. Jan Tate, Class of '01 Deputy Director of Operations for U.S. Cyber Command. First female IW Flag Officer. Arthur K. Seabrovsky, Class of Director of the Office of Force Transformation. Ben Conable, retired Marine Major, Professor at the Frederick S. Pardee Rand Graduate School. Lee F. Gunn, Class of Naval Inspector General USN. Mark Weatherford, Class of First Deputy Under Secretary for Cyber Security at the DHS.